Hello and good evening, everybody. Good morning in Tempe, Arizona, continuing the Cactus Classic here in Tempe. Now, squaring off, we have Oregon State OSU versus UCSB, the University of Santa Barbara. Last time we saw the University of Santa Barbara was last night, where they won their game by 8 points. UC Santa Barbara looking to continue their hot streak in the Cactus Classic here against Oregon State. It's going to be a fun one. Both these teams, they have a lot of games under their belt. 8-5 overall record for UC Santa Barbara. And face-off is officially underway. UC squares off and they take it early. Handling its number 11, that's Brooke Ellis. Brooke Ellis scored last night as well for UC Santa Barbara. Handling it now is number 10, that's Jackie Eanes. She'll move up on the inside. Santa Barbara loses control of this on the far end of the fan. They'll take it right back. Controlling its 13, that's MK Colleran. She had a goal of her own last night as well. Splitting lanes in the middle was Ellis. Ellis wasn't able to recover it. There's a ground ball in front of the goalkeeper in the crease trying to handle it. And that goes in. Early goal for UC Santa Barbara. I believe that was on number 16, Kia Kofed. And it was. Kia Kofed had a hat trick in her last outing for UC Santa Barbara. And now Santa Barbara's up by 1 early on in the first quarter. And you heard that right. Kia Kofed with her 4th goal of the tournament in the Cactus Classic. Still, there's so many more games on her slate today, especially here over at Field C. I believe we have 3 more games to follow. 4 games overall tonight here. We also still have our All-Star game at 6, so stay tuned for that as well. Now squaring off again at midfield for face-off for UCSB. That's Brooke Ellis. Joined alongside her is number 20. That's Zoe Roberts. Now early pickup again for UCSB. Controlling it in midfield, Jackie Eanes. Eanes moving up on the inside, trying to cut up the inside of the fan. Doesn't have anybody open with inside the arc. She'll pass this one finally, and here's another shot by UC Santa Barbara, and they get it to go. Taking that one in is Brooke Ellis. And Brooke Ellis doing a great job finding an open lane inside the arc, and now UC Santa Barbara goes up by 2 early on. And the University of Santa Barbara trying to do what they did last night, get back up in the double-digit scoring column. And now squaring up again at face-off on midfield. Both these teams, again, trying to continue this Cactus Classic to the best of their abilities. Championships and award ceremonies, that'll be announced a little bit later at 5:15. We're going to have a false start here, and UCSB will take this one right back away. Handling it is Ellis. She just scored on the last opportunity. And here's another goal. As quick as can be. And on that one, that was Kayla Carpenter. She had a hat trick in her last outing as well, and now University of Santa Barbara goes up by 3. And some great aggressive offense early on by the University of Santa Barbara puts them ahead by 3. Wow. Scoring off again for face-off, OSU and UC Santa Barbara. Taking this one away is the University, and Santa Barbara scoops this one up. Ground ball recovery. And this one bounces off the head of number 35. That's Julia Bogdan. She had a goal in her last outing as well. And picking this one right back up is going to be OSU. OSU for the first time moving up into midfield. And they'll step out of bounds. It was number 9, Penelope Garza, who stepped out. Now UCSB. Now back at it. We'll have a yellow card early on here for, that'll be Oregon State. I believe that was on number 12, Molly Webb, one of the main attackers for this team. And just going back over things real quick, University of Santa Barbara, 3 goals early on in the first quarter. All goals have been scored by different members. Kia Kofed, who scored her 4th of the tournament. Brooke Ellis scoring her 3rd, and Kayla Carpenter scoring her 4th as well. And take a brief intermission here as it looks like there'll be some quick recovery after a fellow OSU player is down. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Tempe, Arizona. After a brief injury timeout, we're back at it on Field C. Battling it out, Santa Barbara versus Oregon State. The Beavers versus the Gauchos. Now Santa Barbara handling this one. Passing it over is number 13. That's MK Colleran. Colleran now on the right side, trying to move forward towards the fan. Santa Barbara making good efforts. Kayla Carpenter tries to scoop this one up. Looks like we'll have a green card on a Santa Barbara player. And apologies, this won't be on a Santa Barbara player. This is on another OSU player. That'll be on number 3 for OSU. That's Kendall Kelly. First green card of the night. And a yellow card being awarded to OSU already. Got to be careful here, playing some tight defense. Here's Santa Barbara moving up forward from behind the net. That's Kayla Carpenter. Dishing it over to her right. That's going to be 16. That's Kia Kofed. Trying to handle it now, but just over her head. That was Grace Emery. Emery also almost had a hat trick. And we'll have a foul on that one. That'll be awarded right back to OSU. OSU gets poke checked away. Handling it, however, is number 20. That's Zoe Roberts. Roberts just trying to move forward at midfield. Roberts having a little bit of an issue with it. Passing it forward to 14. That's Gabriella Kim. Now OSU trying to get back to the midfield line. They'll dish this one off to number 26. Trying to possess it is Mia Fernandez. This gets squabbled up, and Hannah Kang now for UC Santa Barbara takes this one. Kang passes this one off to 35. That's Julia Bogdan. Bogdan trying to move within the arc. She can't find anything just yet. Now spin moving is MK Colleran. And she tried her chance inside the crease, but wasn't able to get anything to go. Emery was on the far end there for a second. She dished this one out to number 16. Kia Kofed dishes this one off to 29. That's Grace Emery. Passing this one along the back end is Kayla Carpenter. Kayla Carpenter finds Hannah Kang! And Kang connects! Hannah Kang, number 23 for UC Santa Barbara, puts them ahead by 4. She's got herself her second goal of the tournament as well. That'll make the total score 4-0 here early on in the first quarter of play, and an absolute precision shot by Hannah Kang. And an even better pass by Kayla Carpenter, being able to read Hannah Kang. She split the crease well on the left side, and just being able to connect, get the assist, and get an easy goal is Hannah Kang. And so far, the Gauchos lead the Beavers 4-0. You see Santa Barbara getting ready to square off again at midfield. This is Hupp taking it away as Santa Barbara. Handling it's 18. That's Amanda Grissom. Grissom dished this one out to Grace Emery. Emery handling it well. Moves over on the right side of the arc. She's doing a good job passing it back and forth between fellow teammates. Some good cradling skills have been important here for UCSB. Grace Emery dishes this one out to Bogdan. Bogdan over to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to move along the near end crease. Not able to find anything just yet. She cuts forward, finds an open lane, and she just misses this one wide. Taking this one back now for OSU. Handling it is number 3. That's Kendall Kelly. OSU has still not had the opportunity yet to get within Santa Barbara's box. They're looking to do so here. This gets thrown out of bounds, and now Santa Barbara will take possession right back in dangerous territory. Handling it is Emery now on the out-of-bounds line. She'll come in. Dishes this one out to Hannah Kang. Hannah passes this one out to Grissom. Grissom now passing this one over to Bogdan. Now moving forward with it's Kayla Carpenter. She's on the back net. Playing X formation. Trying to move up on the inside. Trying to find something in the center. Finally, Kayla Carpenter takes a shot and she gets it top shelf. Kayla Carpenter puts UC Santa Barbara up by 5 now. And Kayla Carpenter gets her second goal of the night, and she's looking for back-to-back hat tricks. And great job by UC Santa Barbara, playing great formation. Beautiful shot by Carpenter, especially despite all the defenders right in front of her. That was between 3 fellow defenders from OSU, and an excellent shot put Santa Barbara ahead by 5. Now face-off again at midfield occurring. Brooke Ellis at midfield now. Waiting face-off for UC Santa Barbara. Referee taking a minute to place it down. We've had some issues with that as of late. However, this one gets started quickly. UC Santa Barbara takes this away. Ellis handling it well. Cradling, dishing this out to the left side. That's Grace Emery on the left-hand fan. Trying to pass this one inside. Tried to go for a bounce shot was Eanes, and Eanes wasn't able to connect. Taking a second and goal. Handling it was Caitlin McLaughlin. And this one gets passed out of bounds as well. OSU won't retain possession, and now UC Santa Barbara controlling it. Ellis right back over to Davison. Davison now cutting up shooting lanes on the inside. Finds a fellow attacker. And now connecting once again is number 16, Kia Kofed. And Kia Kofed now knocking on the door of the hat trick in just the first quarter. 6-0 for UC Santa Barbara. And some excellent shooting and some excellent offense has resulted in UC Santa Barbara's 6-0 lead early on here. A lot of it has to do with Oregon State just not being able to move the ball yet. However, they've been playing some good defense. A few miscues has been the difference maker in this one so far. But OSU wanting to step up their game so they can get themselves in the scoring column. Still a lot of time left for OSU to make a splash. Squaring off again at midfield. Face off. Ball is up. Retained by Santa Barbara. Handling it is Eanes. Eanes moving forward on the far end fan. Tries to move forward. She passes this one out to Carpenter. Carpenter goes for a centering pass to Davison. Davison goes for a bounce shot and just a little bit short. OSU now moving forward with it. Trying to get themselves within Santa Barbara's own box. And this one gets hit away and picked off by Grace Emery. Moving forward with it now, Santa Barbara. Emery on the far end fan. She'll dish this one out to Davison. Davison dishes this one to Colleran. Handling it is Ellis. Ellis to Carpenter. Carpenter back over to Kia Kofed. Back again to Emery. Emery to Davison. Davison now trying to cut up inside lanes. Can't find anything yet. Solid screens being set up, however, by UC Santa Barbara. OSU playing good defense here. Ellis handling it now. She tries to go for a centering pass. She waves Eanes in towards the crease. Eanes can't get there in time. She'll dish this one off to Kayla Carpenter. Carpenter now trying to pass this one over to Eanes. Eanes trying to cut up shooting lanes. She cuts left, cuts right, throws top shelf, and she gets it! Jackie Eanes puts UC Santa Barbara ahead by 7. And the University of Santa Barbara, with some excellent attacking here, gives themselves a 7-point lead early on against OSU. Gauchos up by 7. And OSU still looking to get themselves in the scoring column. And keep in mind, overall records as well as conference records, OSU is 4-2-1 in conference play, 6-8-1 in official play, and then UC Santa Barbara 3-1. They're top of their conference in the D1 North Division and have a 8-5 overall record, 9-5 if you count last night's victory. UC Santa Barbara gets this one up. They'll take this one away at midfield. MK Colleran moving forward as well, finally stepping into the own box of OSU. Kia Kofed now behind back net. She'll dish this one off to number 18, and that lands. A beautiful shot by Amanda Grissom. And Amanda Grissom gives UC Santa Barbara an 8-point lead. That was a great read by Amanda Grissom. She was able to find an open lane just all the way through the fan arc and crease, and she just cut it up on the inside. Was able to throw off the far end bar, and she connected. UC Santa Barbara up by 8 again. Lots of players involved, and lots of players already knocking on the door of a hat trick in just the first quarter. Scoring off that face-off now, number 28, Betty Stein for OSU, and number 35, Julia Bogdan. Face-off won by UC Santa Barbara, and they'll take this one forward. Moving up far end field, finally in OSU's box. Taking this one now, Grace Emery. Emery passing this one off to Kia Kofed. Kofed to Carpenter. Now Kang. Kang to Colleran. Colleran at the top of the fan. She'll dish this one over to Grissom. Grissom passes this one to Carpenter. Carpenter to Kofed. Kofed right back over to Emery. Emery now trying to look for an open lane inside. She finds one after a great screen. Here's the shot, and she finds it. Grace Emery with a beautiful shot execution and a great screen by MK Colleran. She connects and gives UCSB a 9-point lead. That was an excellent shot there by Grace Emery. She had a hat trick in her last outing, her 4th goal as well of the tournament. And so far, UCSB is absolutely dealing. As we take a moment to get everybody set up, too, for face-off. It's a nice breezy day here in Tempe, Arizona. It's been a fun one. Cactus Classic, still a lot more left to go. And I cannot wait to see how the rest of this tournament plays out on South Mountain Sports. Now getting back to the action. UCSB trying to win face-off. Ground ball opportunity. They'll pick it right back up. Guarded closely by Julia Bogdan's number 9 for OSU. That's Penelope Garza. Moving forward with it now. It's going to be Bogdan. Bogdan on the right end of the fan. She'll pass the kid Kofed. Kofed to Carpenter. Carpenter can't find anything. Kofed and Grissom now behind. Grace Emery joined alongside. A little bit of a miscue of a pass. However, picking it right back up is Grissom. Grissom, this one out to Kang. Kang to Bogdan. Bogdan now in possession. She tries to cut up lanes. Bogdan can't find anything. She'll back off. However, good defense being played by OSU's number 3. That's Kendall Kelly. Handling it well now is MK Colleran. Colleran at the top of the fan. She wants to find an open lane. She'll dish this one out to Grissom. Grissom passes over to 29. That's Grace Emery. Emery now trying to cut up shooting lanes. She tries to go for a centering pass. She'll just dish this one right back out to Bogdan. Looks like we'll have a shooting space call, and now from the arc, Julia Bogdan has the opportunity to put UCSB in double digits. She'll move forward with it. Tries to go for the overhead shot, just a bit wide. UC Santa Barbara wishing they had that one back, but this will roll over. OSU gets possession. OSU picks this one up. Moving forward with its 28, that's Betty Stein. Stein now gets deflected. Few defenders there. Great poke checks, however, by UCSB. Hannah King now back in OSU territory. Handling it's Emery. Emery back over to Kofed. Kofed dishing this one back to Carpenter. Carpenter on the far end net. Moving forward with it again is Kia Kofed. Kofed will just hand this one right back off to Bogdan. Bogdan passes this one over to Grissom. Grissom right back to Emery. Carpenter. Carpenter back to Kofed. Kofed to Bogdan. Bogdan trying to stay in possession of it on the near end of the fan. She tries to cut forward. No screens in front of her. She'll dish this one just right back out to Hannah King. King now tries to cut up shooting lanes on the inside. Solid spin move, but can't find anything just yet. She'll dish this off to Grace Emery. Emery to Carpenter. Carpenter right back to Kofed. Kofed now will just hand this one right back off to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to move up on the inside. Finds a shooting lane with Kia Kofed. Kofed goes for the shot, but a great save. And a great job by Oregon State's Caitlin McLaughlin being able to put a stop to that one and not allowing UCSB to hit double digits. Carpenter passes over to Grissom. Grissom right back to Colleran. Colleran to Bogdan. Bogdan, Emery. Handling it well, however, here is Grace Emery. Emery finds an open lane with Hannah King. Hannah King goes for a shot, and she gets it to go. Hannah King with her third goal of the tournament and the second tonight. And great job by UC Santa Barbara, as within the first quarter, they're able to get up by double digits. And they've done a great job being able to read their passes over the center of the crease. It's been one of the biggest difference makers so far against OSU. However, nonetheless, OSU still playing great defense, still has the opportunity to make something happen. They need to start moving the ball inside of UCSB zone. There's still opportunities for OSU ahead if they can start clicking. Now, getting ready at face-off. Number 11, Ellis. We also have number 20 again, Zoe Roberts, squaring off. Takes a minute to get nets aligned. Backing off, here it is. OSU trying to get face off. However, Santa Barbara gets it. Grace Davison handles it well. This gets poked free, scooping it, trying to scoop it back up, and a ground ball opportunity. Handing this one right back off. Ellis retains it. Now moving forward with it, it's Emery on the near side fan. Emery will just hand this off to Kofed. Kofed handling it now, passing over to Kang. Kang to Davison. Davison will just hand this off. Now, trying to stay in control of it is Grissom on the far end of the fan. Grissom will pass over to Carpenter. Carpenter to Bogdan. Hannah King now pass this over to Davison. Davison will hand this off to Emery. Emery over to Eanes. Eanes over to Ellis. Solid screen by Eanes. Ellis doesn't have anything in front of her. She finds Davison. Davison goes for an over-the-head shot, but just high. As this won't connect, this will roll away. And now trying to move back with it is Santa Barbara. Ellis in control. Ellis to Eanes. Eanes right back over to Emery. Emery over to Carpenter. Carpenter now to Kofed. And that's Grissom trying to move up on the inside. Can't find anybody on a pass. Now moving forward with it is Eanes. Eanes trying to cut up inside the arc. She'll try to hand it off to Ellis. It was a fake. She'll move forward. This one off to Emery. Emery had the opportunity. She'll pass this to Carpenter. Carpenter over to Kofed. Kofed back over to Emery. Emery trying to handle it. However, a miscue in passes results in a turnover. OSU now trying to move forward with it and get inside UCSB zone. Kayla Carpenter will take this one right back. Carpenter back over to Kofed. Kofed to Kang. Kang knocking on the door of a hat trick as well. Handling it is Eanes. Eanes back over to Emery. Emery over to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to roll up on the inside part of the crease. She'll dish this one right back over to Kofed, and Kofed can't connect. Kofed now trying to do the same. She dishes on the inside. Tries to go for the over the head and just a little high. Great job by Kia Kofed trying to make something happen. UCSB up by 10. First quarter of play. Kayla Carpenter, pass over to Davison. Davison trying to cut up inside the arc. Can't find anything just yet. She'll move over to the right side of the fan. She'll pass this one out to Emery. Emery back to Kofed. And apologies, that's Carpenter. Carpenter back over to Eanes. Eanes trying to move this one forward with Emery. This will be turned over. Solid ground ball recovery by OSU. And this gets picked off after the goalkeeper takes it. Hannah Kang now spins out of the arc. She'll take her time. Wait for fellow attackers. She'll pass this off to Eanes. Eanes to Davison. And that horn will signal an end to the first quarter of play here in Tempe, Arizona. We'll take a brief 2-minute intermission as we head into the second quarter. UC Santa Barbara leads by 10. Beavers, nothing. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Tempe, Arizona. So far, UC Santa Barbara facing off against Oregon State in the Cactus Classic. UCSB leading by 10. Official score 10-0. OSU still has not yet found themselves within Santa Barbara's own box. They're looking to be more efficient and be more aggressive in the second quarter of play. After the draw, OSU trying to take control, and Santa Barbara will take it. They'll lose it. OSU finally within sight of Santa Barbara's territory as they move forward towards midfield. And they'll drop this one. Santa Barbara passing back and forth. Apologies. Oregon State passing back and forth. OSU tried to move forward with it. Doing some good job playing offense. Now moving forward here is OSU. Finally within inside Santa Barbara's own territory. Handling its number 2, Sophia Oyster. Now passing it was number 1. That was Sophia Monage. Rolling along the back end of the net is OSU. OSU's number 10. That's Caitlin Richardson handling it well. Richardson on the far end of the fan. She tries to make an open shooting lane for herself. Gets clustered by 3 defenders. 6 handling it, Kendall Berry. Berry on the left side. She'll pass this one back out to Molly Webb. Webb in possession. She gets swatted away by UCSB defenders. Handling it now, number 31. That's Chloe Jensen in for Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara now in OSU territory. Trying to move forward with it. Here's the pass on the far end, but this gets rolled away out of bounds. That'll be given back to OSU. And we're on some hat trick watches for anybody that is now tuning in. Kia Kofed, she has 2 on the night. Hannah Kang has 2 on the night, and so does Kayla Carpenter, all for Santa Barbara. They're all knocking on the door of a hat trick and looking to perform. Here's the throw by the goalie. And thrown forward. Handling its 33. That's Miranda Fowles. OSU will try to take this one forward. Officially at midfield. Handling it, Sophia Monage. This gets poked away. OSU able to maintain possession. Fighting for it all the way on the far end of the field. OSU keeps it. Number 3, Kendall Kelly moves up. Kelly being guarded tightly. Here's a pass, and that'll be just a bit high. That'll roll out of bounds, and now awarded back to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara looking to continue this aggressive attack that they've had so far tonight. And all day yesterday. Santa Barbara will dish this one out. This will be a long throw-in, scooped up by Santa Barbara's Grace Emery. Now handling it's number 3. That's Casey Deppenbrock. Now OSU handling it inside one-on-one face-off opportunity. And that was an excellent shot by Caitlin Richardson, but an even better block by Karina Narin. And OSU trying to move it forward here, trying to find themselves in the goal column. Here's Richardson. Richardson trying to spin inside the crease. Here's an over-the-top pass. This will find number 33, Miranda Fowles. Fowles back over to 9. That's going to be Penelope Garza. Garza moving forward with it, trying to cut up the inside arc. Now handling it is number 10. Richardson at the top of the fan. She loses it for a minute, takes it right back. Still handling it is OSU. Madeline Wright now in control. Wright and OSU will lose it for a minute. However, they will keep it. Garza now in control. And here's a far pass on the opposite end of the fan. That'll roll out of bounds. OSU will pick it right back up. Handling it is Mia Fernandez. She'll pass this one off to Molly Webb. Webb on the far end of the fan. Some tight defense being played, however. Now handling it, it's Fowles. Fowles to Garza. Garza at the top of the fan. She'll try to cut up on the inside. She gets hit with a hard check. And that'll be a foul. Garza from the top of the fan, passing this one off to Molly Webb. OSU doing a good job playing possessively. And they'll lose this on a small miscue. Trying to move forward now is Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is number 12. That's Emma Rothgen. She got tripped up for a minute, back on her feet. Megan Hales now in possession. Hales will pass over to Ruby Guzdar. Passing this on the inside. Julia Bogdan finds it. Bounce shot by Julia Bogdan. Gives her first of the night. And a great read there between Ruby Guzdar and Bogdan, just being able to find each other. That was a great connection over the top of the net. Official score now 11-0. And you see Santa Barbara imposing their will against this OSU squad. And excellent offense being played on Santa Barbara's side. OSU doing a good job trying to move aggressively and playing possessively. Still in it. Still a lot of time left to go. We're in the second quarter of play here. Still in the first half of this matchup between OSU and UCSB in the Cactus Classic. Now moving forward with it is UC Santa Barbara. In control of it, however, they lose it. And picking it up is OSU. OSU at midfield trying to get inside Santa Barbara's own box. They do just that, handling its fouls. Fouls fighting off some rough defense by Santa Barbara. OSU moving forward at a good pace, handling its Barry. Barry will dump this off to Kendall Kelly. Kelly now passes it over to Penelope Garza. Garza in control. And trying to move with it on the far end of the fan. That's number 10. It's Caitlin Richardson. This gets poked away. UC Santa Barbara picked this up. Handling it well. Number 28, that's Aubrey Wizenweski. She'll move forward with it. Steady pace. Now Santa Barbara going for a possible counter. Here she goes for the bounce shot. She finds it. A beautiful shot from coast to coast. Aubrey Wizenweski. And UC Santa Barbara up by 12 against OSU. That was a great job by Aubrey Wizenweski. She picked up that ground ball all the way at the far end of the fan. From her own box, took it all the way the opposite way, split through 2 defenders, and a great deke move results in an excellent shot. Beautiful precision, and another goal for UC Santa Barbara. And again, another great night, another great morning for some lacrosse here in Tempe, Arizona. And OSU goes down hard in a heap. This will be given right back, however, to Santa Barbara. Now, UC Santa Barbara with a far pass over on the far end. Picking it back up, however, is Guzdar. Guzdar now in possession at the right side of the fan. Passing it over was 21. That was Megan Hales. Hales at the top of the key now. Passes it right back over to Anika Chang. Chang passes over to Adler. Adler back to Guzdar. Guzdar now trying to pass this one off. Here was a spin move on the inside. Ball gets poked free. And Santa Barbara trying to pick this one back up. A little bit of a scruffle for it. And picking this one right back up is OSU. OSU now moving forward with it. And an attempt to get picked off results in a ground ball. Santa Barbara trying to pick it up within OSU's own end. OSU able to get this one free. This gets poked. And this will be awarded right back to OSU. Try to move forward with it. OSU's number 30 now in possession. That's Becca Bernhardt. And Santa Barbara pokes this one free. They'll take possession right back. Now in control, number 14. That's Anika Chang. Chang now splitting lanes at midfield. Handling it well now is Adler. Adler moving forward with it. Turns on the Jets a little bit. Moves on to the right side of the fan. Handling it now is Chang and Megan Hales. Here's Guzdar. Guzdar right back to number 21. Apologies, 27. That's Delaney Hobbert. Trying to move forward is Eanes. Eanes doesn't have any open passing lanes. She'll cut up on the inside of the arc. As for a cover over, trying to throw down was Adler, but Adler couldn't do it. Adler, however, scoops it right back up, passes back out to Eanes. Eanes on the far side, back to Guzdar. Guzdar trying to roll behind the net. And she'll pass this one out to Hobbert. Hobbert will pass this one back out to Eanes. Eanes tries to go over the center and finding Megan Hales on the inside crease. She connects. And Megan Hales with her first goal of the night. And so far, UC Santa Barbara not letting off the brakes. 13-0 against OSU. And OSU needing to change up play styles, trying to find a way to find themselves in the scoring column. Santa Barbara doing a great job playing some aggressive offense. Their on-ball pressure has been great. The defense has gotten to OSU. However, OSU's played some amazing defense as well, and this second quarter has really stepped up for them. OSU trying to get themselves in the scoring column and try to change the pace of this game. So UC Santa Barbara take this one off after the draw. It's 28. Aubrey Wizenweski. She took that one away. Santa Barbara now on the back end. We'll pass this one forward. Hobbert over to 37 or over to 31. That was Chloe Jensen. Hannah Kang in now. Handling it is Adler. Adler trying to cut up shooting lanes on the inside. Can't find anything. She'll just pass back out to Hales. Handling it is Kang. She's at the top of the fan. Can't find any open passing lanes. She'll just hand this off to Guzdar. Guzdar now trying to move up on the inside arc. She'll pass this one off to Kang. Kang, again, still at the top of the fan. Kang passing this one over to Guzdar. Guzdar goes for a side shot. Crossbody. She finds it. Ruby Guzdar finding back of the net. A beautiful crossbody shot. Was able to put Santa Barbara ahead again by 14 now. And you can see there, I believe that was Madeline Wright. She was at the top of the fan, and Hannah Kang noticed that the sun was kind of getting to her. And she took full advantage of it and saw Ruby Guzdar running inside of the crease. She was able to connect, and Guzdar put Santa Barbara up now by 14. And the sun's no joke here in Arizona, period, but especially with clear skies. Apologies, clear skies. It's still a little tough on the eyes over here. You always hear athletes of Arizona complain about the sun. Well, you can see it's been in effect here tonight, or early morning, this morning. And got to see how OSU responds. However, Santa Barbara will take this one first. Handling it is Hales. Hales back over to Guzdar. Guzdar now back over to Brubaker. That's Allie Brubaker. Brubaker will pass this one off. Now handling it is Emery. And Hannah Kang will pass this one forward to number 4. That's Brubaker. Brubaker trying to move up on the inside. Doesn't have an open shooting lane. She'll dish this one right back out to Kang. Handling it is Adler. Adler now moving up on the inside of the arc. She loses possession. Ground ball. Tries to get scooped up by OSU. And however, Hannah Kang for Santa Barbara will take this right back. Now moving on the inside is Allie Brubaker. Brubaker trying to move forward. Can't do much with it. She'll pass on the inside part of the crease. That was over to 21, Megan Hales, who scored the previous goal. Hales not able to do anything with it. And Santa Barbara gets tripped up, and they trip up OSU. OSU will get back possession. Tight defense being played by Santa Barbara. Handling it well, however, is number 1. That's Sophia Monage. And OSU trying to take their time with this one. OSU surveying the field. Pass this one forward. Here's a ground ball. Adler trying to pick it up. Santa Barbara fighting for it. OSU will take it right back. Sophia now trying to play in her own backfield. Tries to move forward. This one gets poked away. UC Santa Barbara will take this forward now. Adler now in control of it. She has a 1-on-3 opportunity. And here's a shot on the inside. Great pass. Bounce shot through 5-hole. And a beautiful play here by Megan Hales. She caught OSU, who gathered up on the far end of the fan, and she just moved forward from the near end. Was all alone in front of the crease. Had a 1-on-1 fast break opportunity. She took advantage, and now UCSB up again by 15. And Megan Hales also awaiting for a potential hat trick. 4 players so far for the Santa Barbara squad are waiting for just one more to get themselves the hat trick. Some great offense being played here by Santa Barbara. OSU trying to get themselves 1 goal at least before the halftime intermission. And here's UC Santa Barbara moving up on the inside, trying to cut lanes. And we'll have a shooting space call here, as taking this from the top of the arc, it's number 28, Aubrey Wizenweski. Aubrey now trying to move forward with it. She'll take a bounce shot, and she gets it. Another goal for UC Santa Barbara, all within seconds. And they're now up by 16. And here's another player for Santa Barbara who's also trying to go for a hat trick. Aubrey Wizenweski just one away as well. And a great job by every single one of these teams being able to perform at their highest caliber for this tournament. And Santa Barbara taking full advantage here of OSU. Nonetheless, the OSU have still been playing some great defense despite what the score says. OSU's offense trying to get something started here. And now you see Santa Barbara moving forward with it. Adler takes it off after the draw. She tries to split lanes inside the arc. She'll pass this one off to Hales. Pressing forward with it, Santa Barbara. Handling it now is Brubaker. Brubaker right back over to Adler. Adler now dishing this one over to Wizenweski. Aubrey will pass this one off to 14. It's Anika Chang. Chang trying to move up on the inside. Finds top shelf. She does a great job being able to move all the way around the backside of the crease. She steps forward, finds top shelf. And a snipe right there by Anika Chang. Puts Santa Barbara ahead by 17. And Santa Barbara doing a great job early on. Great offense all the way around by both these teams. Now draw upcoming here in midfield. And getting ready here for the draw. Always takes a little minute to get laces lined up. Here we go. UC Santa Barbara takes this one right back. Adler in possession. Adler passes over to Brubaker. Brubaker handling it well. And here's another shot opportunity by Santa Barbara. And now Adler finds the back of the net. Ruby Adler makes this an 18-point game for Santa Barbara. And OSU still has not found themselves in the goal column. And timeout will be called. And UC Santa Barbara and OSU will take a quick debrief. And we'll be back after a short intermission. Hello and welcome back everybody to Tempe, Arizona. Facing off Santa Barbara versus Oregon State OSU. So far scores 18-0 after halftime. Still 2 quarters left to play. And a Santa Barbara team looking to extend their lead here over OSU. Handling it now is number 8 for Santa Barbara. That's Summer Briata. Passing this one over to Brubaker. It's number 28. That was Wizenweski. Now handling it, 19. That's Emmy Andre Brown. Good passing so far for this Santa Barbara squad. I have a roughing call as here's a missed pass, and that's called an announcer's jinx in case anybody was curious. But now, here's OSU now on the attack. Trying to move forward with it. Well, a green card raised on number 31 for Santa Barbara. That was Chloe Jensen with an illegal check. Now moving this one forward. Number 9, Penelope Garza. She'll pass this one off to number 12. And here's a little bit of a miscue. Santa Barbara will pick this one up. Here's a 3-on-5 fast break. Not really a fast break anymore, but still trying to move forward with it. Anika Chang. Chang will loop around the backside of the crease. Brubaker with possession. Brubaker passing this one forward all the way to Wisniewski. Aubrey back over to Summer Briata. Briata in control. Back over to Aubrey. Aubrey handling it, passing it right back over to Chang. Chang trying to move on the inside arc. Doesn't have anything open. She'll just hand this one right back off to number 19. That's Andre Brown. And solid passing behind the net. Moving forward with it is Aubrey. Aubrey on the far end, near side of the fan. She'll hand this one right back off to Hobart. It's Delaney. Delaney passes this one back to Aubrey. Aubrey back over to Chang. Chang still at the top of the fan. Handling it well and passing it over to Brubaker. Quick substitution here on Santa Barbara's side. That almost worked to perfection. That was 31 Chloe Jensen who came storming in. It was a great save, too, by OSU's Caitlin McLaughlin. And OSU now controlling it in their own territory. Handling it is Oster. Oster moving forward with it at midfield. Moving into Santa Barbara territory. Fighting off defenders. Handling it now is 33. That's Miranda Fowles. Fowles at the top of the fan. Passes this one off to 28. That's Betty Stein. Stein back over to Fowles. Fowles can't move it in. Stein will just pass this one right back off to Richardson. Richardson trying to move forward with it. Richardson being double teamed. Trying to move to the right. Can't find any passing lanes open just yet. Richardson will try to move up on the inside part of the arc. She's guarded tightly. Richardson trying to do something with it. Tries to move on the inside arc. She'll just take a little loop around the back of the net. Now OSU playing conservatively. Handling it is Garza. Garza will try to take a shot from inside the arc. She'll slip right inside the arc. That was some great defense by Santa Barbara. Garza was trying to make something of it. Not able to do so. You see Santa Barbara moving forward with it now. Handling its 14. That's Anika Chang. Chang moving up towards the fan. She'll loop around the backside of the crease. Now handling it. 19, that's Brown. Try to get something across the middle. Wasn't able to do so. This one being fought off. Brubaker trying to get possession right back. OSU still fighting for it. And taking this one back is Chloe Jensen. Jensen, Brubaker. Brubaker right back over to 28. That's Aubrey. Aubrey back over to Chang. Chang over to Delaney. Here's pass back to Jensen. Jensen handling it on the near end of the fan. She'll pass this one right back off to number 19, Brown. Trying to move forward with it. Nothing going yet for Santa Barbara in this third quarter of play. Moving forward, Aubrey. Aubrey back over to Anika Chang. Anika Chang on the inside. She spins, fires, just far. Just a bit wide there. Just a bit short for UC Santa Barbara. Still scoreless here in the third quarter of play. However, in terms of overall score, UC Santa Barbara is still leading by 18. 18-0 is the official score. Here's solid passing by Aubrey. Aubrey, this is it right back over to Jensen. Jensen over to Brubaker. Brubaker gets fouled on the inside part of the crease. And this will be an excellent opportunity here for Santa Barbara as Brubaker take a shot from the top of the arc. Brubaker takes advantage. Throws down. Tries to get it between the 5 holes. She'll scoop it. Tries to dump it off inside the goal, but won't get it. This will be awarded right back to OSU, and a great block by OSU. Caitlin McLaughlin doing an excellent job. This gets scooped right back up by Santa Barbara. OSU with another miscue. Handling its 12. That's Emma Rochin. Now Santa Barbara's attackers all inside their zone. Number 19 now Brown in control. Brown will dish this one off to 8. That's Briata. Now handling it, Hubbard. Handling it once again, that's Brown. Brown at the top of the fan. Brown will pass this one off to Briata. Now trying to move up on the inside. And we'll have another goal for University of Santa Barbara. And a great job there by the University of Santa Barbara. They make this a 19-0 game. Apologies, it was kind of a hard one to see all the way from here, all the way in the booth. But that was on number 27, Delaney Hobbert, who scored that one. Now University of Santa Barbara up by 19. And Santa Barbara doing an excellent job in this one. And awaiting face-off, awaiting the draw in midfield. And here it is. Scored away. Santa Barbara trying to take this one. They do just that. Moving forward with it, Brubaker. Brubaker moving up with it. 1, 2, 3, and a great bounce shot, but an even better save. That was a great job by Caitlin. McLaughlin now surveying the field. She'll dish this one out to her left side. Here's a miscue on a pass. Ground ball tries to get scooped up by Santa Barbara. OSU will take this one away. Poke checked out, however. Now handling it is Brown. Brown will pass this one off to Anika Chang. Chang on the far end. We'll pass this one right back over to Hobbert. Now back on the inside. Number 15 tries to go top shelf. That was Gracie Rodriguez. She wasn't able to connect. And lots of time here for the goaltender. And this gets picked off immediately by Brubaker. Brubaker moving forward with it now. Splitting lanes of traffic. Now cutting back to the inside. Tries to go for a side shot. She can't find an open shooting lane. She'll just hand this one back over to Tara Sheridan. Now handling it's Hobbert. Hobbert right back out to Brown. Brown over to Eanes. Eanes trying to get Rodriguez on the inside. Rodriguez scoops this one up. She tries to get it back, but goaltender will keep this for herself and for OSU. OSU's Caitlin McLaughlin trying to survey. Doesn't want to get picked off again and potentially give Santa Barbara a fast break opportunity. And she almost gets picked off, but this throw goes a little bit wide. And this will be given right back to Santa Barbara. Taking this one now on the throw-in, number 10, Jackie Eanes. Eanes moving forward with it. Eanes taking her time. She'll dish this one off to number 19, that's Brown. Brown tries to move up on the inside and trying to take control of it was Hobbert, but Hobbert wasn't able to snag that one in time. Great goalkeeping so far in the third quarter of play by McLaughlin. And tight defense over there on the far end. And finally picked up by Brubaker. And this one will be given right back to OSU. Lots of time still remaining in this one. Still the majority of the second half to go. So UC Santa Barbara leading by 19. And OSU still scoreless. However, the offense and defense has certainly picked up in this second half of play. OSU now trying to control it. Handling its fouls. Fouls trying to move forward with it. She'll handle this at the top of the fan, joined alongside her number 6 in control, Kendall Berry. Berry now back over to Fouls. Fouls over to Berry. Another solid pass over to Bernhardt. She gets hit hard. And that'll most likely be a yellow upcoming here for Santa Barbara. And it is. That'll be awarded to number 12 for Santa Barbara. That is Emma Rothgen. I believe her first of the tourney. Her first yellow card of the night. Now you see Santa Barbara square off against OSU in their own zone. OSU moving forward with it now. Passing it right back. Now handling this on the inside. Here's a centering pass. Trying to roll it in, but can't go anywhere. And that was a ground ball that was just trying to get dumped off, but OSU was not able to connect with it. Santa Barbara now back on the attack. Trying to move forward. Santa Barbara doing an excellent job. Anika Chang passing this one over to Megan Hales. Hales moving forward with it. Here's a centering pass. Doesn't go for anything just yet. Handling it is Brown. Brown will pass this off to Brubaker. We'll have an offside call. And it looks like Santa Barbara will take it. And now right back at it. Jackie Eanes in possession of it. She cuts left, stays at the top of the fan. Now Grayson Rodriguez on the inside part of the crease, not able to maintain possession. This gets poked away, however. OSU, Santa Barbara, both fighting for it. Ground ball. This gets swatted away. Jackie Eanes able to pick it right back up. Eanes cuts right. Great job playing at the top of the fan. OSU still playing some tight defense. Doing an excellent job. In control is Brown. Brown over to Hobbert. Hobbert passing it back over to Brubaker. Brubaker cuts left. Solid juke move. She'll pass this one right back out to Jackie Eanes. Eanes will pass this one over to Grayson Rodriguez. She'll take that one in. And Gracie Rodriguez picks up her first goal of the night and her first goal as well for UC Santa Barbara during this tournament. And put Santa Barbara on the board. It's 20-0 here. And the aggressive onslaught here on offense has not slowed down for Santa Barbara. And Gracie Rodriguez again picking up her first goal of the tournament. Moving forward with it again, Santa Barbara. And that air horn will signal an end to the third quarter of play. And with that, take a brief 2-minute intermission. Third quarter, 2 goals scored. Now adding up for 20 for UC Santa Barbara. Hello and welcome back everybody to Tempe, Arizona. Currently the Cactus Classic underway early on in the early mornings. And so far, first slate today on Field C is between OSU and Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara leading by 20. OSU still has not found the back of the net just yet. We're in the fourth quarter of play. 15 minutes left on the clock. We'll see what each team can make of it. And moving it forward now. OSU taking it up from after the draw. Early and quick. They're inside of Santa Barbara territory. Santa Barbara will take it right back. Handling it now is Aubrey. Aubrey was in Wesky now, trying to go coast to coast. She did earlier. Here's Aubrey on the left side. She's being guarded tightly by number 9, Penelope Garza. Handling this one now on the inside crease is Brew Baker. She gets this one poked away. And will take this back. Anika Chang now in possession of it. A little bit of a high pass, but recovered well by Briata. Briata passing this one right back over to fellow teammate, Chloe Jensen. Jensen will pass this one off to Brown. Brown passing this one forward to Briata. Briata trying to move up on the inside arc, not able to find anything in front of her. Taking it right back, however, is 27, Delaney Hobart. Hobart scored in the third quarter of play. Handling this one once again is Jensen. Jensen back over to Brubaker. Brubaker at the top of the fan. Brubaker splitting lanes at the top of the arc. Tries to move forward with it. She'll dish this one off to Anika Chang. Chang will cut to the right side. And she'll pass this one off again to Brown. And Brown alternating behind the crease. Here's Delaney. Hobart trying to pass to Brubaker. Brubaker sets a screen on the inside. Goes for naught. Here's Jensen now. Jensen passing this one off to Brown. And Briata playing this on the back end of the net. Handling it now is Nika Chang. Nika back over to Brown. Brown will alternate right back. Chang will take this. She'll pass right back over to Delaney. Delaney to Jensen. Jensen with a miscue on a pass, but picking it right back up. It's going to be 6, Ruby Guzdar. Now trying to move up on the inside. It's Chloe Jensen. Jensen will just pass this one off behind the net to Brubaker. Brubaker trying to move forward with it. Doesn't have anything in front of her. Brubaker passed this one off to number 8. That's Summer Briata. Briata back over to Jensen. Now handling it. It's 28. That's Aubrey. Aubrey to Delaney. Delaney handling it now. Right back to Aubrey. On the far end again is Brown. This gets poked away. Trying to get this one up. It's a ground ball. Aubrey tries to recover, not able to do so. OSU's number 9. That's Penelope Garza. She's able to pick that one right back up. Handling it now is Oster. Sophia moving forward. Gets checked. This gets poked free. And green card will be awarded. And that'll be Aubrey Wisniewski, who got fouled on that, who committed the foul. And there was lots of early action here so far, but since the early first half intermission, the second half of play has definitely slowed down just a tad between both of these squads. However, Santa Barbara is still aggressive nonetheless on the attack. Now handling it's number 19, Emmy Andre Brown. Brown tries to dish this one to the inside. Now picking it back up and handling it is Chloe Jensen. Jensen now moving forward with it. She'll rotate around the backside of the crease. Handling it is Delaney. Hobart can't find anything on the inside. She'll roll out to her right. Hobart trying to move forward with it. She'll find Chloe Jensen. Jensen right back over to Brown. Brown will pass this back off to Delaney. Delaney will hand this one off to Chang. Chang to Jensen. Jensen can't handle it. And trying to move forward with it for OSU. They have the opportunity to go on a huge counterattack if they can make the push. It's a 4-on-4 opportunity here for OSU. Number 30, Becca Bernhardt, tries to move forward with it. Here's a pass behind the netting, and that'll just roll out of bounds. And Santa Barbara will take control and possession just right back. Quick pass to the goalkeeper. Handling it now is Naren. This will be given to number 25. That was Claire Tim. Moving on up now is Brubaker for Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara has a 4-on-4 opportunity. Brubaker trying to split lanes inside the arc. She'll just roll all the way out to the back end of the crease. And good plays from Brubaker. Trying to step up with it, however, is Brown. Brown passes to Delaney. Delaney tried to kick this one out to Brown. Brown not able to control possession of it. However, taking it right back is Brubaker. Brubaker dishing this right back over to Aubrey. Aubrey passes this out to Anika Chang. Chang right back over to Briata. Briata to Chang. Chang moving forward, cutting back behind the net. Chang trying to find an opportunity in front of her. They can't get it. Brubaker fighting for it now on top of it. And OSU fighting for it. This gets clustered, but OSU able to maintain possession after the foul's drawn. Now good defense being played by OSU in the second half. Stepping up now, Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara moving forward with it all the way from their own box. Stepping up with its Claire Tim. Tim moving forward with it. She'll alternate on the back side of the net. Quick juke move. Try to get this on the inside. Brubaker wasn't able to bring it down. This one be given right back to Aubrey, however. Aubrey scoops it up. Aubrey to Brubaker. Brubaker with a little bit of a high pass. Santa Barbara and OSU will fight for it on the far side. And foul's committed on OSU. Santa Barbara maintains. They'll continue to push up with it. Santa Barbara, Nika Chang tries to pass over to Brown. A little bit of a high pass. This will roll out. That'll be given right back to OSU. And again, a little bit more of a quieter second half here in Tempe, Arizona. At the end of the day, however, UC Santa Barbara still managed to put up 18 in the first half, and they still managed to put up 2 cents. OSU, again, just wanting to end this game on a high note with just one goal to keep them from getting shut out. And here's an opportunity here moving up on the inside. It's number 5 for OSU. That was Hope Hayes. Still keep possession of it here again. Trying to move forward with its OSU. This gets poked away. Handling it now is indeed Santa Barbara. Moving up, 26. That's Ava Shandy. She moves forward. Join alongside her is number 28. That's Aubrey. Aubrey steps up. She'll pass this one over to Brown. Foul committed. And that'll be given right back to OSU. And we'll get a timeout called here on OSU. And real quick, before we head to our quick, brief 2-minute intermission, we'd like to thank everybody of South Mountain Sports. And in case anybody's interested, there is a nonprofit link in our YouTube channel and our description if anybody wants to go donate. It is to help youth lacrosse players continue to play in the States. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in to us on YouTube. We'll be back after a 2-minute intermission. Welcome everybody back after a brief 2-minute intermission, 2-minute timeout for OSU. In case you're just joining us, UC Santa Barbara 20, OSU nothing. 20-0 ball game here. Lacrosse has been excellent for the Cactus Classic. UC Santa Barbara be their second win with goals in the double digits. Lots of time left to go in this one. And we're in the fourth quarter of play. OSU will start off with possession. Move forward with it. OSU passing back and forth. Handling its number 1, Sophia Monage. And this will be awarded to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara's Brubaker moving forward with it. She'll take a step back and pass this one to Grace Emery. Now passing it over to Anika Chang. Chang will alternate behind the back side of the net. She'll dish this one out to Megan Hales. Hales to Brubaker. Brubaker back out to Adler. Adler over to 25, that's Claire Tim. Adler tries to move forward with it. Tries to go for a little bit of a dump pass. Not able to work out in her favor, however. And here's another pass back to Claire Tim. Tim goes for a pass over to Anika Chang. Anika Chang passing it back over to Adler. Adler wants to move forward with it. Tries to cut left. She cuts right. Loses possession. Scooped up by OSU. Handling it well, however, is Becca Bernhardt. And a little bit of a miscue on the pass. Taking it right back, however, is Emma Rothjad. Moving forward with its Brubaker. Brubaker will alternate behind the backside of the net. She cuts to her right. She'll toss this one over to Chang. Chang over to Adler. Adler. Now to Tim. Tim. Right back over to Guzdar. Guzdar. Over to Brubaker. Brubaker just trying to find an open passing lane. Guarded tightly. Here's the pass. Trying to move forward with it on the inside part. This will roll almost inside of the net. Would have been a little lucky there for Megan Hales. Would have been an interesting way to secure the hat trick for her. In case you're wondering, still no hat tricks yet in this one. However, lots of players on Santa Barbara's side wanting at least one more to secure it. And here's Adler. She'll stay at the top of the fan. And she'll pass this one out to Chang. Chang cuts right. And still running forward for it. It's Brubaker. Brubaker wanted to go for a shot. Didn't have a lot of shooting lanes there to select from. So she took it right back to the arc. Passing it on the inside to Adler. Adler goes for a bounce shot. Bounce shot, not work out. Good blocking, however, by number 23. That's Annalisa Whittaker, who's in now for the goalkeeper's position for OSU. Santa Barbara is still in control. Here's a pass out to Adler. Adler dishing this one on the inside to Hales. Hales can't control it. However, taking it back is Chang. This one almost rolls inside of the net, but Annalise Whittaker able to take this one. Solid passing. Out the gate for OSU. Zoe Roberts now. Passing this one right back to Sophia Oster. Oster and Santa Barbara fighting for it. Taking it forward, however, is Anika Chang. Chang at the top of the key. Passes this one to Tim. And passing back and forth between goals. Brubaker as well as Brown. Now Chang. Chang to Tim. Tim trying to cut up on the right end of the arc. She'll take this one back. Try to move this one forward. Not a lot of passing lanes open and available. However, still being able to find Chang. Chang will pass out to Brubaker. Brubaker passing this one right back over to Hales. Hales also looking for a hat trick as well. Moving on the inside to Adler. Adler loses possession of it. Trying to scoop it back up, however, is going to be Guzdar for Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara now playing aggressively. Still on the inside is Brubaker. Brubaker can't scoop that one up. She falls. Trying to get it right back, however, is Santa Barbara. OSU fighting for it. However, that blowhorn will signal an end to this early game here in Tempe, Arizona. UC Santa Barbara delivers 20. Oregon State was held scoreless. UC Santa Barbara will take home their second win of the Cactus Classic tournament. Both wins coming in extravagant fashion. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in to South Mountain Sports here on YouTube. OSU goes down to Santa Barbara and the Gauchos. However, we do have another game coming up in roughly the next 30 minutes. MSU will take on GCU for another exciting matchup. MSU was not able to secure a win the other night against Auburn. However, they're looking for some revenge against the Lopes. Following that, we'll have SDSU versus Clemson on this field, and to close things off before the award ceremony will be Georgia versus BYU. So stay tuned on South Mountain Sports Network on YouTube, and we'll be back with some more Cactus Classic lacrosse action.